All right, so real quick, just I didn't sharpen it enough to like fully get rid of that. I'm kind of running low on time before I got to get ready for work here, but did what I could with the limited time that I had, and this thing actually sharpens up pretty easily. So it took a decent edge. It's slicing through pretty smoothly. So I'll try to check exactly what the steel is, but at the very least it took a decent edge. So takes a decent edge, we'll see if it has what it takes to last. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Quick day 2 update for you. Just a couple quirks and things that I ran into today. Obviously, at this point, day 2, I'm like really starting to get the itch to carry a different knife. I usually always exchange out stuff that I'm carrying throughout the week, day to day. So, trying to stick with something, especially like this, it can be a little bit difficult by this point. Also, regarding carry, I finally did it. I tried to just instinctually, I put the knife in my pocket like it was going to be tip up, and then I sadly realized it was tip down. So that was kind of funny. Just goes to show like my habits and how many times I put the knife into my pocket the same way. So that could be an eye-opening thing. You do one thing over and over again, and eventually it just becomes a force of habit. Also, another thing regarding the carry, I will throw up a couple pictures here in just a second. This kind of just bugs me. It's not something that's obviously a huge deal, but it kind of just bugs me how, normally the knife is going to go all the way up to the end of the pocket clip, but I'll cue the second picture here. This is what happens usually when I put the knife in my pocket, and then I got to flip the the lip of my pants back up over the thumb stud. So again, it's not a huge deal, but it just bugs me personally. It's just like a little thing, I guess. I don't know. It exposes even more of the knife than it does in the first place, which I already, it kind of exposes kind of a lot. Another thing also, add in some of the footage of me chopping up some of the cardboard boxes. I did sharpen this guy in the morning, so just to make sure it was ready and whatever. It hadn't received a proper sharpening, so I did that. Decided to put it through a little, like a small pace, not even like really digging into it, but we received some inventory at work today, so I broke down a couple cardboard boxes, nothing crazy, and then I decided, well, you know what, I'm just going to take the scraps from the boxes and chop them up even more just to see how the edge handles. I want to say it did pretty good, all things considered. That definitely started getting a little, I could feel it dragging more and more towards the end. This is how sharp the guy is after all of that work today. So obviously you could see it still cuts, but it's definitely a little bit more rough. So the edge is definitely not as fine, and you can see it kind of catches on a couple spots there, but it's definitely a lot more rough than it was this morning. So honestly, the amount of cuts through cardboard that I've done was maybe 40. Maybe I reached like 40 total cuts, and you'll see in the video, they're not like super long cuts or anything. And when I did the cuts, I tried to do a slicing motion to hit every part of the edge, so I'm not just attacking, one part of the edge every time. So just to, because if I'm hitting the same part of the edge every single time, then I feel like that's a little bit unfair because you're just degrading the one, portion of the edge and just leaving the rest fresh when it'll kind of give it a bit of an unfair shake, I guess. So I try to do that. Yeah, that's pretty close to it so far. So it's still pretty actiony, is pretty good so far. The knife is still centered. I haven't even taken it apart yet. That's something I'm going to do tomorrow. But today, even after using it and still messing with it, it doesn't seem to have messed with the centering, or the pivot hasn't loosened up too much. So that's a good thing. Maybe I just hit the sweet spot on the pivot when I was tightening it up, and it's at that point where it's tight enough that it won't loosen up through normal use. But yeah, that's a day 2 update. Just weird carry stuff that I've noticed, and then did a little bit of light testing on the edge, and it didn't do bad, but it definitely did not do very well. So maybe I'll have it go another day with its current edge without touching it up and see if it gets like really bad really quick. But we'll see. I have the day off tomorrow, so I got a lot of time to get some more experience and hands-on with it. So thank you guys again for stopping by. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you.